Take a dollar bill out of your wallet. Look at the top of it. It does not say United States dollar. It says Federal Reserve note. Most people think the Federal Reserve is part of the US government. Like the Army or the Supreme Court, they think it is federal. But what if I told you that the Federal Reserve is about as federal as Federal Express FedEx? It is not a government agency. It is a private banking cartel that has been granted a monopoly on printing money. In this video, we are going to expose the biggest secret in the history of economics. We are going to take you to a secret meeting on an island in 1910 where the modern financial system was born. And we will answer the terrifying question: if the government doesn't print the money, then who does? And who keeps the profit? To understand the Fed, we have to travel back to Jekyll Island in 1910. At that time, America had no central bank. 7 of the most powerful men in the world met in secret at a private hunting club. Men representing J.P. Morgan, the Rockefellers, and the Rothschilds. They represented 25% of the world's wealth. They drafted a plan to create a central bank that they would control, but that would look like a government agency. They called it the Federal Reserve System to make it sound official. They passed the law on December 23, 1913, while most of Congress was home for Christmas. So, how does it work today? The Fed is independent. The president cannot fire its chairman easily. Congress cannot audit its books completely. But here is the smoking gun. The Federal Reserve is made up of 12 regional banks. Who owns the shares of these regional banks? The private commercial banks, Morgan Chase, Citibank, Bank of America. These banks legally own the Federal Reserve, and they receive a guaranteed 6% dividend on their shares every year. It is a closed loop. The banks own the regulator that regulates them. But the real magic trick is how they create money. When the US government needs money because they spend too much, they don't just print it, they issue bonds debt. The Federal Reserve buys these bonds. How does the Fed pay for them? It clicks a button on a computer and creates the money out of thin air. The government gets the cash, the Fed gets the bond which pays interest. And you, the citizen, get inflation. This is the hidden logic. Every time the Fed prints money, the value of the dollars in your pocket goes down. Inflation is not an accident, it is a hidden tax. Henry Ford once said, "It is well enough that people of the nation do not understand our banking and monetary system, for if they did, I believe there would be a revolution before tomorrow morning." We saw this in 2020. The Fed printed $3 trillion in a few months to save the economy. Where did that money go? Did it go to you? No. It went to the stock market. It went to BlackRock. It went to Vanguard. That is why the stock market hit all-time highs while ordinary people lost their jobs. The system is designed to inflate assets owned by the rich and devalue wages earned by the poor. But there is a catch. You can print as much paper money as you want. But paper is just paper. For money to have value, it must be backed by something real. For thousands of years, it was backed by gold. But in 1971, the US abandoned the gold standard. So what backs the dollar today? Is it trust? Is it the military? No. It is something much more powerful. It is the most valuable commodity on earth: oil. The US dollar is strong because you need dollars to buy oil. And there is one company that controls the oil. One company that holds the key to the dollar's survival. It is not an American company. It is a company owned by a desert kingdom. A company that makes Apple look poor. In our next video, we are going to reveal the true anchor of the global economy. See you in the Saudi Aramco video.